You're back with Silverchair. They are intimate and they are interactive here tonight at Much Music. It's like the first set. There's still a whole lot more music coming. I liked it. It was very good. You know what I'm expecting, though? You know what I'm expecting? I think a herd of wild elephants with bearded ladies to come walking through any second, because our set design looks a lot like Freak Show, the album cover and the whole concept of the album. Can I ask you why you called it Freak Show? Daniel?
We called it Freak Show because we saw similarities between a traveling rock band and the old traveling freak shows. Just because of how they travel around from town to town, and all the people out there think the people in bands are really different people, but they're not. And that's the same with the freaks. So that's pretty much it.
Very good. Even though I think Frog Stomp went on to sell something like 3 million copies, and I know that you said you like Freak Show as an album much better than Frog Stomp. How come?
I think that we thanks Daniel. I think we played better on Freak Show, and I think the songs, because we were older when we wrote them, like I think they were just better songs, because we wrote like the songs on Frog Stomp when we were like 12, 13 or something. So we were kind of sick of them by the time we recorded them. Yeah, so they're just all like, you know, fresh songs. They're more fun to play.
Chris did that. I don't know what you did, but I'm going to be blaming you.
That was that little party trick.
Good one, John, you.
Thank you. Okay, I've done my share, and I have some more stuff to ask you a little bit later, but a lot of people here have questions to ask. We're going to start off with this guy, actually. What is your name?
Chuck. I was wondering, like, when you take bands like Rush or Primus or Blackwater, Vertical Smile, and I was just thinking if, like, a three-piece band was what you guys originally wanted, and if it has its advantages when you're, like, touring and stuff.
It has advantages and disadvantages. It's a lot easier touring-wise, because when you get in an argument, like we often do, you're just outnumbered all the time, 2-1, Ben and Chris versus Daniel. And, and yeah, but when you got a 4 or 5 piece, it's much easier to get a thicker sound, and you can produce what you recorded on the album a lot easier, just because on most 3 pieces albums there's at least 2 guitar tracks. But we don't care. Keep it simple, and yeah, simple's best, said Chris.
You are a traveling band, as you said earlier, but, you know, maybe there'll be a little bit of fighting here and there, but you're all still very good friends. That's first and foremost, right? Yeah. Brothers, friends?
Yes.
Good. Okay. You know what? We have a traveling speakers corner unit right across Canada, and I think we're going to take a look at a question. This is coming from Montreal. If I can direct you to a monitor over there.
Let me show you something. Listen carefully.
Hi, my name is Dan. I work at HMV in Montreal. Have a question for Silverchair. I was wondering why you chose the song Tomorrow to be entered in the competition in Australia for the radio station, and why you chose to enter the competition in the first place.
Go ahead, Chris. Do you want to handle it?
I think Tomorrow is probably one of our better songs, and
I think they think so too.
we kind of entered the competition because we kind of just sort of did as much stuff as we could to get noticed and heard by everybody as possible, and that's my little trick again. And it kind of just worked.
And is it true that I read that you're maybe sick of Tomorrow a little bit, Daniel?
Yes.
Are you?
No, we don't mind playing it. It's just we've been playing it since we were about 13 or 14, so after 4 or 5 years it gets a little boring. But it's all right.
You're still very proud of it.
Think of Aerosmith though.
Aerosmith.
They've been playing some of their songs for like 15 years or something. They'd be kind of sick of them.
Looks like a lady.
That's true. He does. Okay, you know what? I think we have a phone call right now. Is our caller there? Who are you and where are you calling from? Oh, this is Derek from North Bay, I believe. Derek, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line. I just want to say to you guys, this is the first time I've heard you live, and you sound spectacular.
I can't hear Derek. Derek, can you speak up a little bit?
This is the first time I've heard you guys live, and you sound spectacular. And I'm just wondering what your musical educational background is, like if you taught yourself or if you had lessons or whatnot.
Chris?
Well, we kind of just sort of started out. We had, we'd have a lesson and someone would teach us a cover song of someone else. So that was pretty much the lesson of the week.
Yeah.
And basically we just learn everything else by just sort of messing around and being idiots.
Okay. And I got to say, your album's going to go #1. I can guarantee you guys that.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
A lot of people here wishing for that, and I'm sure it'll happen too. But I guess at school it was like folk songs in terms of music at school, wasn't it? Wasn't real.
We pretty much, my lessons were just when I first started figuring out Black Sabbath and Zeppelin songs, and then I saw a Deep Purple video, and Richie Blackmore said that he had classical lessons for a year, so I decided to copy him, and I did that, and I hated it, so I stopped.
Okay, you know what? We're on the web, and a lot of people are emailing some questions. If you can look at a monitor, I think we're going to have an email question right now. Okay, it says, hey, I have heard some cuts off the new album, and I'm hearing you guys use different instruments, like the timpanis and violins and stuff like that. I want to know what brought about this change in your songwriting.
I think those sort of instruments were used just because the song kind of really suited it, and we kind of like those kind of sounds that Led Zeppelin were getting with the on the, I think it was their Led Zeppelin #3 record, and just all the old acoustic violins and timpani, as you said, just sound really good for those songs.
This album, some people are calling it your third record, I guess, for that. Would you agree? It's almost like you skipped any kind of sophomore record and went right to an experimenting kind of stage.
We kind of just, we experimented a lot more because on the first album we were a lot younger and we didn't have any recording experience, so we just decided to put down a really rough sounding, raw, live kind of feeling album, and that gave us more room to kind of experiment on this album and use different stuff, just because we showed people that we could play.
Well, I know that on Cemetery there's a string section, and when you do it live, you've altered it a bit. I guess some of the songs that have those elaborate arrangements are altered live.
Yeah, it's always good for a live, when you see a band live, the songs to sound different. Otherwise, we can just stick 3 cardboard cutouts and chuck the CD on.
Very good. Kathleen is outside, and she has someone, I'm sure she's very wet, and she has someone who also has a question. Kathleen, are you out there? Are you keeping warm?
I'm out here, Bill. Actually, yes, here we are with some many wet Silverchair fans, but they're having a good time nonetheless. Specifically, I have Margosha here, and she has a question for Silverchair. What's your question?
My question is, how do you feel from being normal kids, leading a normal life, to becoming rock stars and famous?
Did you get that question, Bill?
Yeah, I think... Daniel, do you want to tackle that? Because I know the band hates the whole rock star thing.
Can the people out there hear us at all?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. We're not into the whole rock star crap thing that a lot of bands seem to get tied up in. We're just people and play in a rock band and then go home and eat food.
Well, Ben, can I ask you, what do you think is a rock star kind of thing? Is it an attitude? Is it maybe things that...
Teased hair.
I'm sorry?
Teased hair. that's my opinion of a rock star.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't add any more to it, I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what? There's still a whole lot more talking from Silverchair, and also some playing. But you got to hang on, because we'll be right back. Please don't go away. Definitely here at Montreal Intimate, and they are interactive. If you just joined us, you missed a whole batch of really good music. Still some more music to come. But you know what, guys? We have another one of those traveling speakers corner units, and check it out.
Hi, I'm Brandon Thiessen. I'm standing here in front of the beautiful library here in Vancouver, BC, and I have a question for Silverchair. This one's directed particularly at Daniel. I heard there was a little incident on the beach with some of the Chili Peppers. There's some jail thing going on. Think you can tell me anything about that?
Daniel, what's the scoop there?
We were test driving a car for this magazine, and we were supposed to just drive it in the car park, but it was boring, so we saw the beach and it looked inviting, so we drove on it and got in trouble.
And that was with Dave Navarro.
Yes.
There was was there a day in jail? I heard
No.
a couple. No.
I just went there and these policemen looked at me and made me scared. And then I
You could have handled anything, I think. I think we have Matt on the phone. Matt, are you there, bud?
Hi.
Hi, Matt.
How's
What's
it
your
going?
question and who's it for?
It's for anyone. It doesn't really matter. I was just wondering if the band could tour with anyone, who would it be?
How about you, Chris? You want to handle that?
If we toured with Colin, they'd probably make us look bad. So probably someone old, like, be good to go on a tour with the real Led Zeppelin or something like that, if they could be alive.
Oh, cool. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we would go on tour with TLC.
What about the Spice Girls, maybe? No, we want to talk about the Spice Girls.
They're not.
No.
They're not really. Oh yeah, actually, they're cool. Yeah.
Okay. And who has a question here? I think you do. Okay. What's your name?
Suzanne. I just want to know what you do for fun, like in your spare time.
Any spare time?
Sleep.
We sometimes just sort of...
I surf.
You've
Go to the
got to
beach.
talk into the mic, Chris.
I go to the beach.
I'm scared it's going to do my trick.
Thank you very much. Go, Chris. Yeah, go.
There's a lot of beaches around home, so we kind of spend a lot of time at the beach and surfing and stuff like that.
I think we're all in agreement there. You all love the beach.
I love my dog.
Ben, you? Beach as well?
Yeah, beach.
Okay. This is a fax that came in from Melissa in Montreal, Quebec, and she wants to know, she has read almost everything, interview and articles she can on you guys. There's a whole lot of gushing in here, so let's just get to the point. What is Daniel's opinion on all of the comparisons that are being made between him and that K word, I guess, Kurt?
I don't know. I don't care.
It's kind of almost old now, too, isn't it?
It's kind of stupid, but I don't. Doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Be
I've
honest.
got blonde hair, you know.
Be honest, Daniel.
Yeah, it worries me a lot.
Somehow I think you're lying there. But anyway, we're going to go outside once again. We have Kathleen standing by at the Speaker's Corner booth attached to the building. And Kathleen, are you keeping dry at least?
Yes, we're out here, Bill, outside of the Chum City building, and as you know, it is home to the original Speaker's Corner. And speaking of which, we have Nick and his dad who have a question for Silverchair. You guys ready? Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, Daniel and Ben and Chris, I was just wondering, I heard you usually tour with your parents, and I was just wondering if that cramps your style.
Doesn't really.
We don't have style to cramp.
It's all right. We kind of... hello. They just sort of hang around. They don't really annoy us that much. I mean, they don't do that much with us. They're normally off doing something else. They just really come to the gigs and sit around and watch, I suppose.
They're
Doesn't
not
seem to be a
here.
generation gap there at all.
They're not here at the moment, so we can say whatever we want about them.
Be nice, though. We have another email, if we can take a look at that right now. And I can't see it. Okay, here it is. I don't know if you can see this. It says, hey, guys. First of all, I love the new stuff. Glad to see the creativity coming out in the music. And I think they go on, and I think they want to just get to the point. And they ask, do you guys like to read? Do you have time to read, maybe?
Sometimes kind of pass the time a bit. I've read books like... I read Hammer of the Gods a little while ago. And I read a Jack the Ripper book not long ago. It's all right.
And you're not a big reader?
No, I go to sleep.
Because there must be time to read, I guess, in the stuff on the plane. What do you do on the plane? You just sleep on the plane as well?
Yeah.
That's it? No, you got to pick up those traveling Scrabble games.
In business class, we've got these little televisions.
So you watch them. You can, what kind of channels can you get in the airplane? Way up there? Cable?
Videos.
Oh, okay.
They pretty much suck, but it kind of wastes a bit of time.
Okay. And Ben? Are you
I
a
hate
reader?
reading. It sucks. It's so boring.
I think there was another part to that email. Was there? I think there was another part to that email. No? Okay. You know what? We do have the email standing by. You know what? You guys have something like 12 websites going on?
We've
you have
got
a
a
lot.
few.
I know one
Yeah.
official Silverchair website, but there's
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of fans that come out and.
There's
do
one that a guy called Pete Walton does. That's kind of the one we send a lot of stuff to him ourselves and keep him up to date. And there's another one that the record company actually does.
There's this one called Watson's the Cool One. Watson's our manager. He's a legend. He's so cool.
Okay, you know what? There's still a whole lot more talking from Silverchair coming up real soon. And you know what? You probably want to hear some more playing, right? Yeah, I agree. Want to hear some more playing. All that stuff is coming up and a whole bunch more, so please hang in there. Don't go away. Silverchair right after this break.